I could only find one thing from Shan. It was the 6'10" throwdown, which was when he was in Kansas City. And there was only limited amounts that I could pull from, but I think I found sufficiently cringy stuff. And not just that, we also found a video for it. So there's video to go along with this first clip, Shan.
Oh, gosh.
This was June 2010.
And by the way, for those that don't know, like in radio, unless you are the ultimate narcissist, people hate listening to themselves 9 times out of 10. Driving in the morning, you know, I'll listen to like 5 a.m. replay that Peyton puts together, and 9 times out of 10 I change it. The only time I keep it on is when it's an interview and I want to like re-listen to the subject's answers. But listening to yourself, also the worst thing in all of radio is listening to yourself in a fight. Like going back and listening, people will take their headsets off all the time. So Bobby has gone back. I don't really remember what this was. It was 13 years ago. But he has synced up the video somehow, some way. I know that the number one most offensive thing is my Jersey Shore t-shirt that is in this thing.
Yeah, you were rocking the Affliction shirt and the hair gel, and
everyone has to try to keep their headphones on throughout all of these clips.
I'm going to close my eyes during mine at least. I'm not going to look at y'all. So this is Shan 1. This is talking about Tiger Woods at the British Open.
Day 2 of the British Open, and I guess play was suspended for like an hour, but I had to read up on it because I'm not watching. And it's a really sad thing for me as a sports fan because I like to take up a lot of my weekends watching events that I can somewhat justify, and I don't care about Tiger anymore. Tiger Woods, in order to get me interested in golf, set such an unfair level in terms of his excellence. That was the only reason I watched. Y.E. Yang took that away. It wasn't the sex thing. I don't care that he slept with half of the West Coast. It's Tiger Woods and the invincibility factor that has been stripped away. I'm more interested in Aaron Andrews than St. Andrews.
I messed up my line.
You were so ready for that. Like, all right, I cannot wait to drop this one. I'm more interested in Aaron Andrews than St. Andrews.
This is like the video. Now I remember this. This is kind of like they would make us do like this, like the CBS Sports Minute, but on video. Yeah. You have to sit there and make a video back and forth with someone else at the station. That could have been worse.
It was very first takey. That's what you're doing. You're doing local level first take.
It's amazing what it took to lose invincibility. You had to lose in a playoff to Y.E. Yang.
Now on this next cut,
okay,
I gotta feel like did you guys? So here's the thing. I don't know who you were hosting with there. A guy named
Bob Fesca, the Bulldog. So morning show, Kansas City.
Grass,
so the way Bob is leaning forward and staring, it appears to me that you guys had your scripted talking points that he was trying to read off, and I think Shan even put in a scripted reaction here. I don't know. You guys can be the judge. This is more back and forth between Bob and Shan on Tiger. Shan 2. Come on.
To me, it's a must-win situation on a course that Tiger knows so well. So that's what's keeping me glued to the TV to watch the British Open.
Must win, I think, is a little bit overboard, but I think it's time. It speaks to this question. When is it time to start giving it to Tiger? They have give me putts. When is it no longer a give me that Tiger Woods is going to take over Jack Nicklaus's record? When you look at the finishes after the Masters where he tied for 4th, this guy has come up well short. I don't know if it's Hank Haney. I don't know if it's the lack of getting some nookie, but I'm starting to doubt this guy is the greatest ever, and I do mind it because I'm not watching, but Tiger Woods just isn't really headline news for me anymore.
Some nookie.
You know what? I think I'm good here. My voice doesn't sound that much different. I'm just cranking out information. I mean, no wonder. No wonder.
Yeah, are nookie.
Are you hot taking a little bit by saying Tiger's not the greatest?
We've had 35 conversations back and forth on every show of whether Tiger was done. It's always happened.
But have you had the conversation? He's not the greatest. Because you said I'm starting to doubt he's the greatest.
Is that it for me?
That's it for you.
Yes.
All right. Relatively painless.
We'll go through mine now. Which mine I don't know how much the takes were bad, but I'm not even excited about this. This is a 2009. Back in 2009 I was 19, about to turn 20, and I was like, I'm gonna start a podcast.
You're a fetus.
I was like, I'm gonna start a podcast, and I had no idea where to put it, no idea of anything, and I decided to complain about the Mavericks after they just lost a game to the Blazers. And we hear sometimes on the fan text and on Twitter and everywhere else, they'll talk about how Bobby's so monotone. Dear God, you have not heard monotone until you've heard these clips.
Is there video with this?
No, this is just something I did on audio.
All right.
But this is clip 1, Peyton. This is the most monotone game recap of all time.
It was a big game for Dallas. They trailed for a lot of it. They weren't playing their best basketball. Berea and Dirk had some nice games. Berea went a little ball hog happy in the fourth quarter. That wasn't good, but Dirk was hitting some big shots down the stretch.
Stop.
Stop.
Pause it.
Get this guy some floating.
Yes.
Jesus.
Yes.
Bobby.
That sounds like Micah Parsons.
Not good anymore.
We done? Are we gonna keep playing it?
I don't know what's gonna happen.
Dirk was hitting some big shots down the stretch, and it was one of those games where you had the feeling like it was gonna come down to a last-second shot, and you just knew Dirk was gonna get it at the top of the key, back his way down, and knock down a game-tying jumper. But that didn't happen.
That didn't happen.
Hang on, let me hear the final ending of that. That's a drop.
That didn't happen.
Knock down a game-tying jumper. But that didn't happen.
But that's it. But that didn't happen.
How's he get his voice like that?
But that didn't happen. But that didn't happen.
So I remember this.
Yes, I love John. I'm lightheaded.
I remember this game. This was a game where Jason Terry had screwed up the ending of the game.
Who they play?
They played the Blazers. Jason Terry had messed up the end of the game and got a rebound, or they got a steal or something like that, and they had a 2-on-4 and should have called timeout. 2-on-4, and Jet tried to go down and lay it up. It was awful. They missed the shot. Blazers get the rebound, fouled, game over. So I was furious as a 19-year-old Mavericks fan. So I
can't wait to hear you furious.
This is clip 2.
I can't believe what they're doing now. This is the worst thing I've ever seen.
This is me just ripping Jason Terry for being selfish.
Now, if he has an open layup, go ahead, drive it. But when you have 2-on-4 and Steve Blake, who's reasonably just as fast as you is on you, can keep up with you, you can't just blow by him. And Jet tried and failed. Blake was backtracking and still was able to stay in front of him. Jet's got to be smarter than that. And then for after the game, for him to be like, oh, no, I don't second guess anything. What I did was right. No, what you did was stupid. Dirk takes that shot. You call timeout. You drop the play. You let Dirk back down whoever he's been abusing all night. But Jet didn't want to do that. Jet wanted to go into selfish mode.
I like the anger that came out.
That
sounded like today's Bobby.
It sounded like today's Bobby in terms of complaining about something, but it was still Jet. Jet wanted to go selfish, and then this is the last one. They were playing the Grizzlies. You know, we talked yesterday when after the Mavericks lost, how they say they got a victory over their division rival, and we're like, there's no such thing as division rivals. I made a similarly dumb statement in previewing the Grizzlies and the Mavericks.
Mavericks play today. They got Memphis up here at 2:00. Memphis is 13 and 15. One of those wins coming against the Mavericks a couple weeks ago. So Mavericks looking for some revenge today. Dirk, hopefully he's all healed up from his elbow injury. Carl Landry's teeth getting shoved in his mouth. Or in his elbow, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
What? Wait, play that last part again. Play the last 5 seconds.
I'll play it for you.
Dirk, hopefully he's all healed up from his elbow injury. Carl Landry's teeth getting shoved in his mouth. Or in his elbow, I'm sorry.
Or in his elbow, I'm sorry.
All right, that's all of mine. We're done with mine now.
All right.
Oh,
Isn't it a great relief when you're
I
done?
love 13 and 15. That my point was like they're looking for revenge today because the Grizzlies beat them 2 weeks ago. All right, let's go to Chop now. This is RJ. RJ, you were.
This is Flashback Friday, the last tapes, the cringiest back in the day audio that Bobby could find of all of our broadcasting careers.
So RJ found a 2006 TCU women's basketball game that he called in San Juan, right?
Yeah, I was trying to.
San Juan.
Now explain how you got here.
So
what?
I was looking for my college tapes like 4 or 5 years earlier. I was at ESPN at the time, and
well,
Brian Estridge is the TCU play-by-play guy for the men's football or men's basketball and football, also the broadcast director over there. They needed someone. The women's play-by-play guy had to do a bowl game or something like that. TCU was in a bowl game, so he does like sidelines for the bowl. He had to do that, so they needed somebody to go to Puerto Rico and call TCU in the San Juan shootout. He calls me that week, like 4 days earlier, and he says, I need someone. Can you do this for me? I'm like, I've never called play-by-play before. I go, absolutely.
You've never called play-by-play?
Never. Free trip to San Juan? Sure. I'm in. Okay. I wanted to just harken back to like the 90s there. So I was like, yeah, I'm in. I'm an old pro. I did play-by-play in college. I lied. Of course I lied.
Wow. That's ballsy.
Oh,
I would have been petrified and said no.
I was. Thank God it was on the internet only, and the internet was so bad at San Juan it never went over the air.
Well, it was like the Odyssey app.
Yeah.
And let's see exactly.
Odyssey app's been good lately. So
it has.
Props.
Let's see how obvious it was that Chop was not a professional broadcaster. Just with the first clip I heard in the broadcast, which was he was trying to talk about the Syracuse basketball player Vida Shupavichetti, and this is clip 1.
Wait. So how old were you?
2006. Mm-hmm. So I was 26 years old, 27.
Okay.
Here's choppy clip 1.
Inbounds pass to Ashley Davis. She'll shoot a three from the left wing. No good. Rebound goes to Vida Shupavichetti. We'll call her Vida from now on.
Wait. First off, the voice is very similar.
Is it? Okay, so I thought I had a Kevin Burkhardt thing going where I had an accent back then.
I think it's the just
quality.
the poor quality.
Okay.
And yeah.
But how about we'll just call her Vida from now on? It's not a Texas Legends bid. This is TCU women's basketball. Let's hear that whole clip from the beginning.
Inbounds pass to Ashley Davis. She'll shoot a three from the left wing. No good. Rebound goes to Vida Shupavichetti. We'll call her Vida from now on, but she's hacked by Mickey Younger.
But Chop likes to joke around.
Yeah, that's a good
so
joke.
I thought I heard it and I was like, that's probably Chop just messing around. Choppy clip 2, a cut up from the broadcast shows he was not kidding.
No.
And Nicole Michael will get no, check that's not going to be Nicole Michael. They change the call. Vida's going to get the foul on that one. Starting up on Cynthia Johnson, who will look inside, find Vida, and that one will she'll pass that off to Fantasia Goodwin. Inside pass to Vida. Goodwin inside to Vida, and Vida will make her free throw. Inside pass. Here's Vida, and she'll use the rim to guard herself. Gets that one missed.
I don't think that's ever been done in play-by-play history. I don't think it's ever been done.
Refusing to say her last name.
She misses a layup at the end. Play that at the end of the clip. She misses a layup and Chop goes, defends herself with the rim.
Inside pass to Vida. Goodwin inside to Vida, and Vida will make her free throw. Inside pass. Here's Vida, and she'll use the rim to guard herself. Gets that one missed.
She'll use the rim to guard herself.
You know what, man? That should be changed. Why do we always have to just refer to the last name?
I mean, we say Giannis and stuff like that, but that's Giannis.
You were ahead of the game.
Thank you. I'm ahead of the game on all this play-by-play
Jared
stuff.
Sandler become TCU women's voice too?
No, he didn't.
He didn't take that job?
I don't know who they have now.
So
that's pretty decent.
Choppy
Thank you.
Never doing play-by-play. I think that's pretty good.
I may have done a soccer game before then, but never basketball.
Choppy decided to get into
two irrelevant sports. I'm kidding.
Choppy decided to get into some analysis. You know, you heard him there say she blocked herself with the rim. Well, let's hear how Choppy decides to break down when someone just misses an open layup.
Up court pass. Here's Hanna Biernatska inside, blows the layup, and rebound by Vida. Good golden opportunity there. I guess she thought she was going to be guarded a little bit more than she was. Kind of put up a little strong.
Yeah, tough miss, RJ. I think she was expecting to have somebody come from behind, and she was wide open. Unfortunately, missed the shot.
Yeah, it's one of those things on the break when you think you're going to see somebody, but you don't.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's just when you think you're going to see somebody, you don't. You know.
Who was your color analyst?
Her name was Marcy. I don't remember her last name.
Oh, you'll say it in one of these next two clips. So we got two more really quick that we're going to run through because we got to get to Peyton's. This is number 4. This is Choppy just ripping the hoops, the rims there in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Really? These may be the most generous rims I've ever seen.
They are. These are old school rims.
If you If you could picture, she makes them both, does Fantasia good when it's 8-6 Syracuse. If you could picture your...
Hang on, stop. You are flying through the... Is that someone else's name you're saying?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get through these names because I have no idea how to pronounce. Fantasia Goodwin, I think was her name.
Man,
Yes.
go back to that play from there because you are rolling through someone.
These are old school rims.
If you can picture, she makes them both, does Fantasia good when it's 8-6 Syracuse. If you could picture your backboard in your backyard, those old plastic backboards that you've dunked on too many times as a child, where the front rim kind of like when you hit the front just bounces, it kind of gives way. That's what we're working with here in San Juan.
So this is the last one where I don't know. I think you may have been drinking, Chuck.
Okay.
This is my inclination.
He didn't dispute this.
He gets the end of this marathon TCU broadcast. He's wrapping up the postgame show. This is cut 6, Peyton, and this is Choppy recapping the end of the game.
TCU with a 21-point win, 74-53 over the Syracuse Orange in beautifully San Juan shootout.
Beautifully.
Can't say it enough. I love this place. I really do. It's been a great couple of days here. But tomorrow night we go on the air at I don't even know what time was on the minute anymore. 5? No, it's 4:45.
4:45.
4:45 Central Time. It's a 7 o'clock start here, so a 5 o'clock tip-off, and Marcy and I will be back with you guys.
Wow.
I don't.
Because I have I
don't even know what time zone I'm in anymore.
In San Juan, you're not on Eastern time. You're on like Atlantic, so you're like an hour ahead of Miami.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
it's 2 hours from here.
It was throwing you.
Tomorrow night we go on the air at. I don't even know what time was on the minute anymore.
So that's good.
You're probably right. Because I got $30 cash every day as the per diem, and I didn't basically eat the entire time. I just pocketed that and went to the casino. That's what I did.
So now we get to Peyton Russell, 2017 UNT TV, and this is going to be great because in 2 of these clips we have Eric Chiafalo joining him on set.
Okay.
And so Peyton, we're not gonna play the first one. That one's too long. But Ryan and Peyton, we're gonna go to Peyton 2 first. This is Chiafalo setting things up.
And this is at UNT?
This has video up here. This is Chiafalo setting up the opening and asking guys how they enjoyed opening day, and nobody can really hear what Peyton is saying.
Welcome back inside the North Texas studios. We are back at the desk to discuss some Rangers baseball. I'm Eric Chiafalo alongside Peyton Russell and Brady Pointer. Gentlemen, how was your opening day? Did you get to go to the ballpark or anything? Enjoy some hot dogs?
I was at the ballpark.
Oh, were you really?
I was. I got to cover the game for KNTU, so I was up in the press box. No free food.
Really?
Popcorn and water was what I was bringing to.
Oh, that is shameful.
But that's all right. I had lots of popcorn for dinner, and it was fun.
All right, very good, very good.
Lots of popcorn for dinner.
So let me explain real quick. So like how these are set up, the show, it's like you have 4 15-minute blocks. So like you have one host, 2 analysts for like each block. So during commercial break, you have to switch. 2 people have to leave, 2 people have to come into the studio. So people are told like, don't turn off your mics because they don't have time to do like mic tests and stuff like that until the segment starts. And so I just put on my mic, clip it to my belt, put the mic up, and I think I'm ready to go. And then I start talking, and like the producer like runs in the studios like waving her arms in the air, like your mic. And I'm like trying to look at Eric, trying to look at the other hosts talking. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Because I can't tell that my mic is off.
Eric, you can see in the video, as soon as Peyton starts talking, Eric looks down at him like, what the hell is wrong with your microphone? Why do I not hear you?
Eric looks the exact same.
Oh, yeah.
It's not changed.
Not a bit.
Of course, it was 3 years ago.
This is 6, but yeah. So this is Peyton clip 3. Peyton was talking about some of the players that he was really excited about with the Rangers. He was really excited about Jose Leclerc and another guy that we're not totally sure of.
Well, a couple names I have in mind is first Jose Leclerc. He's a young pitcher out of the bullpen. I've liked him really since day one in spring training. You know, he came out there, retired all 6 of his batters that he faced last night. You know, that he's a guy that I feel like he can be our 7th and 8th inning man coming into the season. You know, I really like him. The other one would be, I don't forget the name.
Oh, all right.
And Cheech just goes, that's okay, bro.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, the video of his face when he goes, go back to that, and then watch Chiafalo. If you're on the fan cam, Twitch, or YouTube, watch how nice and sweet Eric is.
Yeah, he's like, oh, it's okay.
It's okay, it's okay, fine.
The other one would be, I don't forget the name.
Oh, all right.
Sorry.
No problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
No problem.
No problem.
No
I had all
problem,
those
bro.
notes in front of me and couldn't find his name.
I forgot the name.
Sorry, Eric.
So this is the one that I think we've been most excited to play, the final clip. And this is, Eric is not involved in this broadcast, but Peyton was asked to talk about tennis. Are you a big tennis guy, Peyton?
Not at all, but I remember this being thrown into this in the email.
Oh, okay, that's good. Sean, you were a big tennis guy, right?
Yeah.
Now, just as we asked TJ, Sean, what would you say your ethnic background is?
Jeez.
My dad is from India.
Okay.
And my mom is a little bit of German, but pretty much white.
I think this. I think this will
Pretty
be.
much white.
I think this Peyton clip 4 will be very relevant to Sean Sharif's life experience. Then.
Now we're gonna switch gears and move on to tennis. They also have some new players now. We know tennis is known for foreigners. We have someone coming in from India and we have someone coming in from Denmark. How do you think that's gonna play? They're both decorated.
Hang on, stop.
They have decorated.
What year was this?
2017. No, don't worry. Peyton, I think, that was a little politically incorrect. Tennis is known for foreigners.
We got in trouble for this too by calling them foreigners.
After Pete Sampras, after Andre Agassi.
But you know what? We all know Peyton's a good guy. Peyton, I think, when it comes to Peyton, just like how Molly Kiram had to apologize the other day and say, hey, this was incorrect by Kendrick Perkins, Peyton is going to step up to the table and correct what she just said. Go ahead.
How do you think that's gonna play? They're both decorated. They have decorated backgrounds. What do you think that's gonna do for us?
I mean, it really betters them for the future. Like you said, this is a young team. This is a team that, wasn't expected to do as well as they can. They've had a lot of great matches during the season. They've fallen
a lot
short.
of tough competition.
Yeah, they have.
Definitely.
They're playing Big 10 schools, Big 12 schools, stuff like that. But it betters them for the future. And you see, you touched on it, how a lot of foreigners come in and stuff. But you see that around the D1 level a lot. A lot of schools in Division I gather the foreigners, go and recruit them, and the success has been there.
They just gather all the foreigners up.
They gather the foreigners up. They round them up. God,
we got all of them.
They gather the foreigners. Just gather them up.
Hasn't that? I feel like that's been a political criticism in recent years. Gather the foreigners.
Gather the foreigners.
Drop them off. Drop them off at some Democrat's house.
Oh my gosh!
Political Sharif.
That's what it was right there. So y'all got in trouble at that?
I can't believe that was said. Oh my.
Yes, yeah, because they were like, okay, let's not say they're foreigners. Let's call them by their names and their countries.
Oh my Lord!
Oh man. I don't think you can say that anymore.
Oh my gosh!
Unless they come from the other 49.
So that does it. I mean, there was one more Peyton, but it's like a minute and a half.
Play it.
Okay, so this one I just want to play more because I'm on Peyton's side. This is Peyton rambling for a long time about the Dallas Stars. Okay, so this is Peyton clip 1. But I want to give him credit for it. He rambles so long that this other guy on the other side of the table that I joke about with Peyton all the time, this guy's name is Joey. And this Joey guy, I did not like him one bit because he got impatient with Peyton's rambling. And he just literally in the middle of it basically goes like, all right, you're done. Shut up. Now it's time for my stars. And basically just like shuts him down. And you can see on Peyton's face when he gets interrupted, he's like, and just drops down. So this is Peyton talking about the Stars with Chiafalo.
What went wrong for these guys?
Well, I mean, where do I begin? I mean, there was a bunch of stuff that you could point out here. Was it the coaching, with Lindy Ruff? Was it, injuries? Injuries were a huge part, I think. You had Tyler Sagan, Patrick Sharp, Alice Hemsky, as we mentioned earlier, he missed a big chunk of the season. But I really take it as the Stars this year, they always seem to be playing behind. And Joey, maybe you could agree with this or not, but it seemed like they were always behind, not just in the game, but in standings as well. It always seemed like, because last year, they were always at front. They kind of made their statement early on. They were the top team. It was kind of the Stars, everyone else. This year, it was really everyone else, the Stars. They're chasing them. The Stars, they would, it seemed like, oh, we're 3-4 points in with a few months left. We got this. We can go on a run. And then it turned up to backfire. They're chasing Calgary and St. Louis and stuff. And
yeah, you know what? Here's what I think. I'm gonna get a little prop right now out of my little. If I can get it out. It's a poker chip. Okay. The Stars went all in this year. Okay, but they had nothing.
This is all they had.
The rest of the NHL had a royal flush, and they were bluffing.
Hey! Hey!
Wow.
That's impressive.
I know. I hate the poker chip. I am pro
That's
Peyton
like me
Russell.
on NBC5. I was trying to bring a prop.
There are two.
And Peyton, those are good points until you lost it towards the end.
Because like I didn't know stars back then, and so they were like, "Hey, can you talk stars?" Because everyone wanted to jump on the football and basketball segments. I was like, "Okay, I think this was my first semester on the show, and I was like, I just want to block. Just give me 15 minutes. Yeah, I'll do stars."
And that kid wasn't too rude.
No, I have. I've watched other segments where Peyton's got interrupted by this guy, and I am my S list in media right now is Dan Orlovsky and UNT Joey, UNT Sports Zone's Joey.
Where is Joey now?
Exactly. Where is Joey? Is he here? No, he's not. Maybe you should have shut the hell up and let Peyton finish his point. We didn't need your stupid damn poker chip, which Chiafalo kind of subtly mocks or goes, "Oh, is this all they had?" Like just a little bit like, what dumb prop are you? You couldn't even get your prop out. You should have had your prop ready. Didn't have you. Hold up, gotta reach into my. You interrupted Peyton for that. Screw you.
Gather the foreigners.
Just gather the foreigners, Peyton. That's exactly what you got to do.